I was standing on my parents' porch with a bottle of wine sweating through brown paper when I saw the sign taped to the door. Black marker, crooked letters, "You're not welcome here." Inside, laughter, silverware clinking, my sister's voice rising over my father's, familiar and careless. A normal evening, my 30th birthday dinner, happening without me. I didn't knock. I didn't cry. I took a photo. The flash reflected faintly in the window. For half a second, I could see my own face staring back at me, calm, stunned, already leaving. I set the wine down on the porch like an offering I wouldn't make. Then I walked to my car, blocked every number I shared blood with, and drove away. That was the last impulsive thing I ever did. They taught me loyalty early, or at least they thought they did. When I was a kid, my father called us a unit. My mother liked the word sacrifice. Everything was framed as family first. I believed it because belief was cheaper than questioning. I paid my way through college, sent money home when my parents overextended, co-signed nothing but listened to everything. I was the reliable one, the backup plan. The deal was simple. I gave stability, they gave belonging. I didn't realize contracts like that can be terminated without notice. The signs came quietly. Missed calls returned colder than they were made. Family group chats that went silent when I spoke. Holidays kept small that I wasn't invited to. I told myself I was busy. They told me I was dramatic. We both pretended it was temporary. Then came the birthday text. "Come by at 7, just family." No address change, no warning, just enough hope to make the drive. The sign did the rest. That night, I didn't sleep. I didn't rage. I archived the photo in 3 places and wrote a single line in my notes app. They chose. The next morning, I pulled my credit report, then theirs, using the access they'd once asked me to set up just in case. I reviewed every quiet favor I'd done over the years, every automatic payment, every account my name brushed past. I stopped all of it. Not loudly, not dramatically, just precisely. They didn't notice at first. That was the funniest part. The house had always been a balancing act, refinanced too many times, equity bled dry to keep appearances. I'd been the silent stabilizer, the ghost paying property tax gaps, the reason the lights never flickered. I withdrew my presence like a tide going out. Late fees stacked, calls went unanswered, grace periods expired. I let the machine do what it was built to do. I didn't sabotage, I didn't lie, I simply stepped away and let gravity work. 6 months later, my sister emailed from a new address. "Can we talk?" I deleted it. 9 months later, my mother sent a letter, handwritten, careful cursive, no apology, just confusion, as if estrangement was a clerical error. I framed it, hung it near my desk, a reminder that denial has handwriting. The foreclosure notice came 3 weeks after my birthday turned 31. This time they called from a blocked number, then another, then another. I watched them light up my phone like a warning system I'd already disabled. When I finally answered, my father didn't ask how I was. "You're being dramatic," he said. "It was one mistake." I let the silence stretch until it hurt him. "One sign," I said. "One door, one photo." They needed a loan, just enough to catch up, just enough to reset the illusion. I pictured that night again, the warmth behind the glass, my name erased in marker. "No," I said. Calm, clean, final. We met once at a coffee shop near the courthouse, neutral ground. They looked smaller, older. The house was already listed, the bank unimpressed by nostalgia. My mother cried. My sister glared. My father tried authority like it still worked. "You owe us," he said. I slid my phone across the table. The photo filled the screen. I paid already. He stared at it too long. That's when it landed. Not guilt, not regret, recognition. The moment they realized I hadn't disappeared, I'd withdrawn consent. They left without finishing their drinks. I didn't take the house. I didn't want it. Revenge doesn't always mean possession. Sometimes it's refusal. Sometimes it's letting people live with the consequences they outsourced to you. Now they tell anyone who will listen that I'm cruel, that I abandoned them, that family forgives. They never mention the sign. I still have the photo, backed up, time-stamped, untouched. It reminds me that clarity doesn't always come from confrontation. Sometimes it comes from standing still long enough to see who walks away from you. They called it one mistake. I call it the moment I finally listened, and I've never slept better.